Hi guys, we're gonna try this outside. Somebody has a loud TV going on in the background, so I don't know if that's gonna disturb this a lot, but otherwise I'm outside. Sometimes I have to deal with traffic and stuff, but we'll start on the bench here and we'll move to walking around a bit and then we'll end up at home. So I bet you're wondering what's next. What's next for me? What's next for EG? So we're going to talk about that today. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you watched my last video on the bad news, basically not getting the long stay visa from France. But, you know, it's a setback. It took me about a week almost to really recover from that. It was a real blow. And, you know, I fought through it. I got through it, but it was tough. And now I've been making my plans and putting things in place. So things are much better now, as you could probably tell actually from my live stream last Saturday. So, you know, things are moving along and we're readjusting to the new plan. So we're going to talk today. I'm going to talk today about what the new plan entails and what it means for the next year. So I'll pick up with you here on my walk. So the new plan, just going to call it the new plan. And the new plan is basically, I'm still going. Of course, you guys already know that, but I'm going to tell you more particulars about it here in a little bit. I'm still going. You know, even though I had some viewers say something like, well, you can't go over there now that you were denied a visa. Yeah, I can. I just can't go live over there. I can still visit as a tourist for up to 90 days out of every 180-day period in a Schengen country, and then I can go to a non-Schengen country for another 90 days and then come back to Schengen countries. And it's often called the Schengen Shuffle. I'll be doing basically that. So I'll give you more specifics here in a little bit when I get back home. But yeah, there's absolutely no reason I can't. The one thing I'm going to have to do, though, is basically have a return ticket to the U.S. So my plan is to be over there about 9 to 10 months. And I'm going to get a return ticket before I fly over there, so that it will show them that I am planning on returning. So that's really the only requirement. Other than that, I basically get to go over there and enjoy and explore and report back to you guys. Oh, is it going to be more complicated? Sure. Absolutely going to be more complicated. Absolutely going to require a little more money, actually. And the irony of that is they denied my visa because they said I couldn't support myself, but I'm going to be supporting myself even at a higher cost by going over the way I'm going. So I don't know. I guess now I did tell you guys that I did file an appeal, and so I may hear about that before I head out on February. I'm leaving on February 25th. I may hear about the appeal by then, but I may not. Sometimes it takes them longer. So I don't hold out a lot of hope the appeal is going to be granted. I know a lot of you sent your prayers and wishes that it were, and you thought it would be, because there is supposedly an 80% success rate on appeals, but I don't really hold out a lot of hope that that's going to happen for me. I just don't. I guess I got burned too much just on the whole visa thing to begin with. So for me, I kind of feel like, well, it'll be a miracle if the appeal works. So I'm just not really including it in my plans at this point. Make an adjustment if that for some reason happens, but I don't really expect that to happen. So I'm going to move along here. I didn't want to catch the sun, backlit by the sun here, so I'm trying to just kind of be circumspect where I'm filming this outside. It's a beautiful, crisp fall day. Still fall, not technically winter till Sunday or Monday, something like that. That's when the solstice is. So anyway, I'll pick up with you when I get back home and we'll talk more details. Hey, so I'm back inside, and I'm going to do this without a microphone. I think the iPad's pretty good on the sound, so you should be able to hear it fine. I got me, I don't think that's really good English. I have some ginger tea in my polar bear mug. This was given to me by, I know every mug I have kind of has a story, but this was given to me by a bereavement client, uh, more than 20 years ago, who had gone on a trip to Alaska, and she brought me a mug back, which was very nice of her. So let's pick up. So yeah, I'm leaving on February 25th. I don't have the entire 9-10 months planned out completely. I have it mapped out. I know the first probably 2.5, 3 months. So I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about the other places I'm going to go. I'll finish up with some positives and negatives about just this whole process and what it's been like. But so my plan is I already changed my dates on my Airbnb in Perpignan. So I will be staying there for about a month and a half starting March 1st. I'm still flying over to Paris. I'm going to spend 3 nights in Paris. I already got my room there for about $100 a night, which is pretty good. And it's in a good location. I wanted a hotel in a good location that I could walk around and do some things, basically free things. I'm not paying for anything while I'm in Paris. Probably I'll pay for maybe the bus they have, the little red bus that goes around, double decker. But yeah, then I'm going to go take the train down to Perpignan. I'm going to stay for a month and a half. Then I'm going on to Dijon and stay there about a month, maybe a couple days less than a month. And then I'm hoping to go over to Germany. That is not firmed up yet. I have to touch base with somebody who basically offered me a place to stay over there. So I've got to touch base with them and see if I can do that. If that is not possible, then I'll probably wait to go to Germany, and I'll go directly over to the UK, where I did find a place to stay for about 3 weeks. That's affordable. It's northwest of London. It's easy to take the train into London, though it's only probably less than an hour away. So I'd be able to stay there, maybe go into London a couple times a week and see some sights and take the train back out, kind of thing. So that's the plan. That takes me to about second week in June. And at that point, I probably, if I can't find anything else affordable in the UK, which I'll come back around to in a little bit on this video, I am going to probably go to Albania and stay for at least a month, maybe 2. Remember, I have to be out of the Schengen zone for 90 days and to come back in. So to fly, I probably would fly from London to Tirana, I think, which is the capital of Albania, and then that way I don't go in the Schengen zone, basically, and stay there for, it's, I can get definitely a reasonably priced place to stay there. And then if I don't really want to stay there too long, I might actually go and stay in Morocco. I've always wanted to go to Morocco, and I actually met someone, not through this channel, but I mean, just someone that I talked to who actually had gone to Morocco later in their life. And it was a woman who went alone. She said it's perfectly safe. If for a young woman, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but they have a lot of respect for elders. And generally, as an older woman, I probably shouldn't have a problem. And I can get a reasonably priced accommodation there. And then I can take the ferry back over to Spain at that point in like September and go ahead and see Spain and Portugal. Then I'll go back into France for the last maybe month and a half and stay in a couple of different cities there. That's the plan. A lot, I don't know again about my appeal on the visa. I also don't know, a viewer had suggested, and I did look this up, that it is possible while you're staying in the UK to put in as an American for a French long stay visa there. So if that's something I can do while I'm over there, I might consider that. I have to look more into that. I'm not just gonna count on being able to do that. At the end of 9 or 10 months, which will probably put me towards the end of November, maybe a little later, I will have a return ticket back to the US. So I probably will come back to the US. Now, I may not come back exactly to the place I am now, because of course I'm not going to be living here. But but my stuff will be here, as far as my storage unit, and I don't know if that's going to be that important to me at that. Also, for those of you that were worried, I know a lot of you expressed concerns about my giving up like my Section 8 voucher. First of all, I don't have a Section 8 voucher, so I'm not giving anything up. The place I live is a HUD property, and I have lived here a long time, and I have been a good resident, and they would have graciously offered me to apply, put in an application before I leave, because their waiting list is about close to a year. And they said that, they will obviously, work with me on getting an apartment back here if I needed that. So I really appreciate that from them. It's very kind. And I know that they mean it. They're not just saying that. Like I said, I've had a good relationship with the staff here. So it's not like I'm not going to have any chance to come back to a place if I really needed one. I'm hoping that I will have enough money that I won't really need to stay here, because it wouldn't be as cheap anyway. I mean, I still will have to pay based on my income. There's if I have more income anyway, even more than I have now in a year, then I can really choose anywhere to live, even in the US. So I don't know. I'm looking into potential other long-term options. I don't think I'm going, unless I can apply for the French visa over in the UK, I will probably wait to come back to the US to apply again if my appeal is not granted. And I will just do that like a January of 2026, which will be a little over a year from now. I would wait to do that. Also, I am considering applying to potentially other countries such as Portugal, which I know will be an easier visa to get in some respects. But I want to go to Portugal first, see how I feel about it. I don't speak the language there at all, so I just want to, see if that would be comfortable for me to do. There's some other countries I won't talk about yet in this video, because that's just I'm looking at other places in the world as well, but I'll talk to you more about that as time goes on. So anyway, I have been really, the last couple of days, I basically made sure I had all my ducks in a row, reservations, plans, and everything's pretty good now for at least the first 2.5, 3 months I'm over there. And then I'll basically have to get other reservations at Airbnbs as I go. So I can tell you more. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be sharing this experience with you. I really look forward to this. I know it's not the way I originally envisioned it. And this is a good time to talk about the negatives and the positives. So what's the negatives of having to do it this way versus having a long stay visa? Well, obviously, the major negative is I can't really feel settled in any one place. I'm not going to have a place where I can, really lay down roots and feel at home and that sort of thing. I won't be able to feel like I've got, a home base. And I think, to me, that's probably one of the worst negatives. Another negative, of course, is I can't really get on any particular country's health plan. I still have I bought the insurance that I have, which covers me for a year from 1st of February. So I'll be covered for anything major. And my plan is, if I get, a bug like the flu or cold or whatever, urgent care is very affordable over there. I can just pay out of pocket to go to the doctor if I need to. So I'm not really that concerned. I only take one prescription medication for thyroid. I'm going to have a year's supply with me to go over. So I don't even need to get that filled. And anything else I want to take is just basically over the counter. So I'm not worried about that. I don't have any really horrible chronic health conditions that have to be managed. So I'm in, it kind of goes back to what I think I touched on in the beginning of this video, which is that, the naysayers are going, oh, like this is too hard, and your age, you shouldn't do this. And yet, what better time to do this? Maybe in 3 or 5 years, I won't feel this good. Maybe I won't be in as good a health as I am now. So why not do it now? You know, when you start to get older, you don't have the luxury of time. Now, if I didn't have any money at all to go do this, then obviously I couldn't do it. But I do have income. I am able to do this. So why not do it? Now, am I doing this like luxury? Of course not. This is bare bones. Like I'm staying in, I'm staying in cheaper Airbnbs that I can find. So I'm not doing this on a luxury scale. I'm not traveling on a luxury type of level. I don't expect to spend a lot on food. So for me, and I have no desire to buy things. I don't need anything over there. Not buying souvenirs. I will take pictures and video. That's my remembrances of it. I don't need to buy anything else. So this is really going over there on a budget. My main expense is lodging, is Airbnb. And yes, back to the negative. The negative is I'm going to be paying more for rent through Airbnb than I would have if I could have gotten a longer term apartment. That is a big negative as well. So those are the three main negatives. The fact that I won't have this kind of sense of a home base, a long stay place. I'm going to pay more for where I stay, and I'm not going to get, on any kind of medical plan with any country. To me, those are the worst parts of it. To me, the positives though, I mean, there's an amazing, the biggest positive to me is I get to go over there and see way more of places in Europe the first year than I would have expected to if I was going over to live. So basically, I didn't mention that. Oh, another one of the places I want to go when I come back into the Schengen zone would be to go to Sicily because I have second cousins there, and I'm going to make contact with them before I go and see if there's a chance to, at least either if not stay with them, at least maybe they can find me an expensive place to stay. So that's the plan for that. So I'm hoping also to see family, extended family. So the fact that I get to see more of things and get to travel around more, to me, that's a benefit. I love traveling. I love going to new places. That just is invigorating to me. So I view that as a positive to this whole thing. Plus, it's not the end of the road it's not saying I'm going to be denied forever to have long-term status. This also, another positive is it gives me a chance to go around to maybe 4 or 5 French cities other than Paris and basically decide maybe one of them will really speak to me and I think this is where I'd want to live. And then I'll know that for the next time I apply. So that's a good thing to know as well. So, there's positives to this process. Plus, if I'd gone over there to live, I would be kind of stuck, in this one place. And what if after 6 months or so, I go, oh, no, I really made a mistake. I don't really want to be here. It would be a lot harder to get out of that. With only going over and saying, I'm in Europe for 9 to 10 months, I'm moving around, and I do have an end date, it makes everything that I do over there a lot easier to get through because I know that there's a time limit to all of this. And to me, that's a helpful thing rather than a hurtful thing. In other words, that's a positive. So those are some things that I've considered. Like I said, the positives and the negatives. The worst, to me, maybe the worst negative is it is going to cost more to do it this way. I am confident that I'll get through it, that I'll be able to handle it. Worst case scenario, maybe I have to fly back to the US sooner. We'll see. So I'm hoping not. My plan, though, is to share this whole journey with you guys on this channel, as well as to continue to do videos about what it's like growing older and being alone in life and that sort of thing. I will still do, topic-themed videos, but I'm also going to share the experience, what it's like. I'm going to do vlogs over there, and we'll still do weekly live streams because every place I'm booking has Wi-Fi. So I should be able to do weekly live streams. I got to take a sip of this. Hang on. But I will go ahead and say this, though. If any of you are watching this video and you've been watching it up to this point, and you live in the UK or Ireland, and you or someone you know has a place to rent at a reasonable price for, maybe as much as a month this coming summer, I'm talking like June, July, August. If you know someone, uh, my email is in the description of this video. So either reach out to me or give my email to whomever. And so, because it's really hard to find an affordable place. UK, I did find some affordable places. And then literally within 2 days, I went back on there to look because I had like bookmarked them and they were already booked because affordable places over there, they fill up really fast apparently, especially in the summer. So I am on the hunt for that. If I cannot find anything in the UK other than this one place, which I think I can stay at for 3 months, not 3 months, 3 weeks. If I can't find anything else, then I will have to go to Albania. But if you know of anybody that would be willing to rent out a space for part of the summer or a few weeks, whatever, my email's in the thing. Reach out to me. I'd really appreciate it. And I will mention that again on a live stream as well. I'm not looking for a freebie or anything like that. I'm willing to pay, but it just has to be affordable. I can't be spending $2,000 for a month. Most of the stuff in the UK, yeah, you can't find a whole lot for less than, at least $1,800 to $2,000 a month. It's very expensive. And same with Ireland. Even in rural Ireland, I was thinking, well, yeah, that's Dublin, but what about in rural Ireland? No, everywhere in Ireland, it's like a fortune. So, yeah, and I really would like to stay there and be able to see those countries, but we'll just see. If I can't find anything affordable, my backup plan is to go to Albania / Morocco and stay over there. So, it will all work out. So the title of this video is What If It All Works Out? Yeah, yeah, what if it all works out? Things work out in ways that we don't expect. And maybe in the long run, I was going to say that's another positive too. Maybe because of the disruption that's going on in Europe right now, maybe this isn't a good time to go live there. So maybe this is for the best. Able to go around to various places, but I don't have to stay. So maybe that's a good thing in the long run. Maybe things will settle down after another year or so and it will look better. Let's keep our fingers crossed that's true for everywhere in the world. But yeah, so the plan is I'm going and I've given you some more details on that. You will be getting, all the details, everything that's going on. I'm real about it all, even when it's disappointing or upsetting. I'll just still share it because you know what? You have to keep moving forward. And that's what I did here this last week. And I'm now kind of coming to the point where I'm really probably more optimistic about it than I am scared about it, which is good. The scales are tipping and I'm a little bit more on the excitement and positive side of it than I am on the side that's going, oh no, this is so hard. So I still have a lot of things to do before I go. No, I'll say it on my live stream, but I'll say it here too. I hope you have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas and just, enjoy this holiday season. Until next time, be kind and keep moving forward. Take care. Bye.